Alright, Red and Whites, this is Connor bringing you a match report from our trip to Leicester. So, we played at the King Power this evening. It was a 7 o'clock kickoff. I'll run you through the teams, run you through the positives and negatives, and then we'll talk about the game. So, in goal, we had Gazaniga, we had Bakary and Matty Target filling in the right and left back spots, Cook and Alfie Jones at centre back. Harry Reid captaining the side today alongside Little in the holding midfield role. And then we had Hesketh and Vokins on the right and the left. And we had Olomola, whose name I've probably just slaughtered. He was playing in the number 10 and switching about to the left-hand side, to the right-hand side, just floating about. And then Sam Gallagher up top. And a little mention, if you didn't know, Olomola, whose name I've got to stop saying, he was actually on the bench against Sunderland but was an unused sub. So that's good for him. And the positives to take from this game, we've got Hesketh, who scored our only goal in the 2-1 defeat, and that's his 5th goal this season. And he's really starting to progress now. And I think he should be, if he's not going to be in the first team next season or around there, he needs to go out on loan. And Jake Vokins, the 16-year-old, who only made his debut, I think it was against Spurs a few weeks ago, who's now played 4 times for the 21s, and at 16 years old, that is pretty impressive. Left back, left mid, where have I seen that guy before? Bale's coming to mind and Luke Shaw. But moving on to the negatives from the game, our 3-match unbeaten run has come to an end. But to be fair, those 3 games were all draws; they weren't wins, and we remain 9th, which is a positive in a sense. But if Leicester and Middlesbrough win, their games in hands will drop down to 11th, which is second bottom. But it's the Under-21 Development League, so it's about developing players, getting them through to the first team, making them better people, and players, obviously, more importantly. But yeah, and Dominic Gape was actually missing for the first time this season. That's the first time he hasn't been included in the starting lineup. In a summary of what happened, Dudu and Muswi scored in the first half for Leicester, and we went into half-time 2-0 down. But Hesketh got one back in the second half, where we really did improve. But we'll go into more detail now. Moving on to the game, the first half. The first effort of the game came at about 15 minutes on the clock. Some good work from Gallagher and Hesketh, who throughout the game actually caused quite a lot of trouble for Leicester. They seem to play well together, but anyway, they created some space for Little, I think it was, but his shot went just over. But we started the better side, and in like the classic case of football, when you're on top, you concede, and that's exactly what happened. They had a free kick in their own half. Their keeper took it, long ball up to the left wing, and literally just took it out of his feet, had a pop, and it went on the Gazaniga. There's a chance that you can kind of blame him for letting it in, but we'll just move on from that. And that goal really did give them some confidence, because they just powered on like that, and they really put the pressure on us, and they looked like they were going to score the second, and that's exactly what they did. When I think it is Dodo, their winger, he got the ball, and again, the left-hand side, he started to cause a few problems, and him and Daniel Armati played a nice 1-2 between each other. Dodo had the shot, it deflected, and it went in from that. So you can't really ever blame the keeper from deflected shots. But certainly Gazaniga, in the first one, he potentially could have done better. So 2-0 going into half-time. But just before half-time, we had a late penalty appeal, which maybe was a penalty, maybe it wasn't. It's one of those controversial ones. Penalties are always like that, with the Crystal Palace incident the other day. But the ref said no, and we went in 2-0 down. Moving on into the second half, we made one substitution. Josh Sims came on, and literally as soon as he came on, the team were lifted. Sims was on, and running down the left-hand side, a low cross, but Gallagher couldn't get onto the end of it. But we started to threaten, and we really looked the better side. And Hesketh almost actually scored with an exact replica of the goal against Spurs. I don't know if you can remember it, but it was on like wide left. He picked up the ball, just dribbled it in, and opened his body to curl it into the top right-hand corner. But it went wide today. But against Spurs, what a cracker of a goal, and it went in. But again, another chance for us, and we were finally rewarded with our goal in the 64th minute. I believe Sims again causing trouble from the bench, and again running down the wing, crosses the ball back square into the box where Hesketh is just waiting there. And as he does, just calmly pops it into the goal, and 2-1, and the game was on, and Hesketh was really proving instrumental, and ended 2-1. But in a second half performance, which really we built on so much from the first half, and if we play like that in the second half, like we do in our next game, then really you're looking at 3 points, players' morale being boosted, and we're coming to the end of the season. But we could push into mid-table because it is quite tightly compact in the 21 league, and you don't want to get relegated from it because it's always good to test the 21s against the best 21s in the country. But yeah, guys, that's it from us at the Ugly Inside. Please leave a like, comment in the description. Make sure you're watching out for our next videos, which will probably be a team prediction. And yeah, guys, see you later.